Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Boy here, and today we've got for you some F1 2015 game news update for you guys. So yeah, let's get right into this video. So Eurogamer had a hands-on with F1 2015, which is coming out in June. So yeah, they did a race in Singapore, and they gave some feedback on it. But before they did like dwell into F1 2015, and gave out a couple of cool announcements and whatnot. They started off by saying like F1 2015, and I quote, was a lackluster and a gap to F1 2015, a gap game to F1 2015. So yeah, we kind of knew that was going to actually happen, to be honest, because they were going to be starting from the ground up. They were going to be running a brand new Ego engine, which is going to enable them to have better graphics, which we already knew, better physics, maybe potentially better AI, and so on. So we kind of knew that was going to actually be a thing. So yeah, we kind of also knew that F1 2015 wasn't going to be massively changed, and yeah, and that's exactly what we had for 2014. So yeah. So when they so their feedback for their little session was that the car moves around a bit more, in terms of the car loves to get a bit tail happy and loves to move around the corners, and it is very difficult to come in and come out of the corners. So because the revs are a little bit lower than they were in previous games, so that makes it a bit more of a challenge, to be honest. It's really gonna challenge challenge us in terms of how we get on the power safely without spinning it. And yeah, I mean, I hope it's not too hard for us to. I hope it doesn't get to a point that it becomes undrivable, but I hope it's good enough to a point that it is drivable enough. So yeah. Next up is that F1 2015 have said and confirmed that Pro Championship mode and I think Championship mode are going to be replacing career mode, and for championship mode, I mean, you will be picked. You can pick any of the 2015 drivers for career mode, but you cannot pick your own, which is an absolute shame. Really sucks, to be honest, because I feel career mode, it is a big factor in many games, to be honest. I mean, if you look at games from if you look at many sports games, FIFA, Madden, WWE, MotoGP 14, they've all got career mode, which is the main thing I love, because it puts you right in there. It puts you right in the immersion of the game, and it makes you feel like you're an actual proper Formula 1 driver going out there doing your thing. And for that to be taken away is an absolute shame, but hopefully they'll bring it back for 2016, to be honest. Really does suck. But I'm excited to try out the Pro Championship, and I'm excited to try out the Championship mode. I may do a series on it. If you guys want me to do it, I'll happily do it. So yeah. And for Pro Season Championship, they said it's going to be more of a more immersive experience than Championship mode, where basically you won't have any assist, you won't have the HUD, and you'll be running in cockpit view with helmet cam as well. So it really is going to make it a real immersive experience, to be honest. Because it kind of, because it will make it feel like you're in an actual proper Formula 1 car, and you know, it will make you think about, you know, how you talk to your engineer and whatnot, how you get a feeling for the tyres and whatnot, how you feel your tyres, how you know what the tyres are doing. So yeah, it really will make it a sort of a thinking, it will make it more into a thinking man's mode, to be honest, as well as an immersive one as well. So yeah, I'm excited to try that out as well, for that matter. So yeah, as well, they've brought in David Croft and Anthony Davidson, who are going to be the commentary team for the game. So pre-race and post-race, which is what they confirmed, they will be in there doing their phrases, speaking their phrases. So speaking their phrases. So yeah. So it's going to probably be like MotoGP 14, where Garrett Emmett, who is a pundit for MotoGP via BT Sport, would say like what the track is, what the track conditions are, the results, what race we're doing. So yeah, I think it may be kind of like the sort of thing that I'm used to on MotoGP 14. So yeah, but I think with a little bit more interaction and whatnot. But we're gonna have to wait and see when when the game comes out. So yeah, and hopefully we'll get a bit more on. Well, apparently I've been told that there's more than 1,000 phrases, which is good, because it won't create repetition, won't create a lot of repetition depending on how much you play the game. So yeah, that's pretty cool, that's pretty awesome. And yes, and then now next in-season updates. We kind of knew this was actually going to happen, to be honest, because of their announcement with the F1 2014 announcement as well. So yeah, we kind of knew this was going to happen, but just to put the nail in the coffin in terms of this, yeah, this is going to be a thing. Season updates, where basically Codemasters are going to update the game every so often, and yeah, just they're going to be updating liveries, tracks, glitches, all that kind of stuff, which is kind of cool. Something that Forza and Gran Turismo have done in the past. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Another thing as well is that I think I've covered everything. Well, basically Eurogamer also said that in terms of graphics, is that if it can hit 60 frames per second, as Codemasters intended to be, both on the Xbox One and the Xbox and the PS4, then it could be very impressive indeed. So I hope it does, to be honest. I mean, 60 frames per second is a lot of frames. I think they can, to be honest, gathering that there's a lot more memory in the Xbox One than there was in the next gen than there was in the old gen. So I think realistically they can do it. So yeah, I hope they do, to be honest. So yeah, I think that's about it. So yeah, and then in the end of the article they go on saying like overall F1 2015 does not live to the hype. It does not live to the hype that everyone was expecting, to be honest, and doesn't create a successive reboot from their old gen. So yeah, I think what they're saying is don't expect it to be a good game, to be honest. And I think I could totally understand, to be honest, because we all know that it's the first game Codemasters have made. It's the first F1 game that they're going to make on the next gen. We know there's going to be some problems here and there, but I think once the updates start coming in, once they start developing it, once, you know, time goes on, I feel it's gonna get better and better, to be honest. So yeah, I think I'm not expecting big things for 2015, to be honest. I think I'm just gonna go into this game, you know, with realistic expectations, to be honest. So yeah, and my primary concerns for the first game on the next gen will be physics, AI, and the graphics, and that's about it, to be honest. So yeah, so yeah, I think that covers everything, to be honest. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. By the way, screenshots and box arts are going to be at the end. Oh yeah, box arts. Just before I go, I'll talk about box arts. Yeah, box art, the new box art cover is absolutely awesome. I totally love it. It looks something like FIFA, to be honest, where they'll have like Messi and Gareth Bale on the front of, where they'll have either Messi, Ronaldo, or Bale on their front cover. So that's pretty nice. That's pretty cool. I totally love it. It's the best one out of all of them, to be honest. So yeah. Totally dig it, and yeah, you can see that at the end of the video, as well as some screenshots. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. It's your boy, I'm out. Peace.
Try it, it's just like a magnet.